I think that's a solid segue, though, right?
To
hands.
the wrestler.
I don't know. Maybe not. To what, Mark?
Wrestler of the week.
He was still going off about Sam the Butcher's meat.
Yeah, I was
That
looking at
was
Sam's
the-
meat. Sam's meat was always free.
Is this another Migos track? I'm so confused.
It makes a person more happier than a whole
Did
lot
you
of
not
meat.
watch the Brady Bunch?
I don't want to be that guy.
And the dog's name was Tiger. When there was a cat called Fluffy that was on one episode. Fluffy. Back to the Brady Bunch talk. My number one this week was Jan, because Jan first was last week. And it's always about Marcia. It finally was Jan first.
You know, Mark,
One
there's
day out of the
nothing
year.
stopping you from putting Brady Bunch characters as your wrestler. There's literally no rules in this. You could put them down.
All right. Number one this week was Buddy Hinton. Mean
You
old
could
Buddy
do
Hinton.
this.
Remember when he was picking on Bobby? But Bobby knocked him out, so maybe I should put Bobby as number. No, he's picking on Peter. So Peter should be number one. But mean old Buddy Hinton should be number two. Remember when Buddy Hinton's
poison
dad
Mark
told,
again?
Buddy Hinton's dad told Mr. Brady to buzz off.
That might have been my favorite.
Mark,
moment
do you
of
remember
last year.
the episode where Bobby wrote a school report about his hero and it was Jesse James?
You know, let me tell you right now, I want everybody to listen real good out there in podcast land. Jesse James is nothing but a mean.
So Devin actually had a pretty good idea here. He says they got to sell 2 nights of Mania. Wouldn't be surprised they put champion versus champion night 1, night 2. Whoever won the Rumble takes on the unified champion.
All right, Devin, that's a solid.
Yeah, that's a great point. I forgot that it's 2-night Mania again.
Now, Tim, you watched the New Japans. Okada had wrestled for the strap, won the belt, and then wrestled night 2 against Will. How did that happen? How did Will get in that spot to challenge night 2?
So Will Ospreay was the New Japan champion, but ended up vacating the title due to injury. And that is when Shingo Takagi won the title.
Right. Okada beat him,
and then
Will gets his shot back at whoever comes out of night 1. That checks out.
Which is why
that's not a bad stipulation. But Devin's got a point. I think Devin's a great choice. Do title versus title, and then
I
put
wasn't
them up.
even thinking about that because
night 2.
I kept thinking that WrestleMania was one night this year,
like a normal person,
right? Like it should be.
I mean, but it's okay because if you watched AEW, you would have heard CM Punk say that MJF could wrestle at night 4 of a buy one get one free WrestleMania.
I did hear that.
What a great dig!
That was a good dig. It was a very good dig.
Solid dig. I think Mark's tired himself out.
Did he? Mark, you okay? You all right, buddy?
I'm a little tuckered out. Hillbilly wanted to tell you what Jesse James was.
Oh God!
Hillbilly. What was Jesse James? He was a mean, dirty killer.
I'm glad we got that in.
Yeah, me too. Anybody want to go first for their wrestler of the week, week 39?
I will.
Tim, go ahead.
As mentioned in the front, Kazuchika Okada not only reclaimed the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, he also defended it the very next night against the Switchblade Jay White. Successful both nights.
No,
Okada. What now?
Wait, what was that?
Or was it Will Ospreay?
It was Will Ospreay.
It was Will Ospreay. I get those two.
It's so fresh in my mind. It happens. Me too.
Yeah, they all look the same. But Will Ospreay, big victory, big victories for Okada this week. Number 2, boy howdy, did the Hangman Adam Page have a fantastic night in a banger of all bangers against the American Dragon Bryan Danielson on Dynamite. Letting everyone know that it doesn't have to go to a draw if they give you judges. What a shock. And number 3, Brock Lesnar, 8 minutes, no problem. Probably the most fun match of the weekend, I would say, on top of all the New Japan stuff, on top of everything of the week. Sorry, the most entertaining match of the week is that 5-way dead heat sprint, getting us there. Brock Lesnar to number 3. So top 3: Okada, the Hangman, and Brock Lesnar.
All right. Anybody want to go next?
Ben, I can go next. I have similar choices there. I also have Mr. Okada, number 1. Again, winning night 1, defending night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom. It's always a big championship, so good on him. Brock Lesnar, the day 1 winner. Like Tim said, it was just an absolute crazy spot fest of a match, with big boys doing spots. Your new WWE World Champion, and then Carmelo Hayes, I think really stood out this weekend to me, or this past week, I should say. Great match for at NXT New Year's Evil against Roddy Strong, unifying the North American and Cruiserweight Championships. I thought that was a great match, and I'm glad he won. Carmelo Hayes.
Anybody want to go next?
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, Mark. Go ahead.
Next. Hayes. All right, so number 3, I originally had put down Carmelo P.S. Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sat back and I thought about it, and I said, you know what? That Jungle Boy, Luke Perry's little boy, and that big old dinosaur, that Luchasaurus win those tag team titles, I'm going to bump them there to number 3. And I'm sorry, Michael Carmelo P.S. Hayes didn't make the cut this week. And then number 3, I have that Braun Ricksteiner in there. You call him Breaker, baby. They call him Breaker. So we got the Braun Breaker in there. He took that NXT 2.0 title. He's taking that to the Shoney's in Ackworth, Georgia right now. Let me tell you. And then number 1, I got the Beast Brock Lesnar. He came in there. We don't know he was going to be in that match now. I'm telling you, we didn't know that.
We didn't.
And he came in that we didn't have a clue that there was more people in that match. So I called up my cable provider and said, I want to order this show, this premium live event, because I said Brock Lesnar's been added to this. And they said, you're going to have to pay an extra fee because it's late in the day. And I said, I'm fine with that because I want to see Brock Lesnar get in there and whoop some booty. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. So he's my number 1. And I'm sorry if that upsets anybody.
It's all right.
That's how I feel.
Matt, do you want to go? You want me to give mine?
Sure, I can go.
All right,
get him, Matt.
Number 3, I have Hangman Adam Page for his match against BD. And no, I'm not talking about Devin. I am talking about Bryan Danielson for their AEW match there. Number 2, Braun Breaker, that NXT Championship win had New Year's Evil. What a fantastic show that was. And number 1, for all the reasons mentioned by Tim and Ryan, Okada with the IWGP Heavyweight Championship title win and retainment at Wrestle Kingdom.
There you go. All right. For me, it was number 3, the Hangman Adam Page, a fantastic open to AEW Dynamite last night and picking up the win and retaining his world title. My number 2, Braun Breaker, kicking through the old NXT logo and winning the NXT Championship on Tuesday night. And my number 1 was my favorite match of the last week, and gets the win going into Rumble and Mania season. Brock Lesnar is the number 1 on my list. So Tim, where does that give us? What does that give us for the week, and then for the year?
So for the week, Kazuchika Okada, number 1, getting for all the first place votes, needed to get first place with 15 points on the week. Brock Lesnar very close behind in a second place outing. Braun Breaker with his NXT Championship win in third, and the Hangman Adam Page with a successful retention of the AEW title in fourth. Where this puts us for the week, slight changes. Hangman Adam Page now has sole control over the number 5 spot, while Braun Breaker has jumped up and tied Mr. Big E for 6th place on the list.
All right, we still got to work on getting Karrion Kross out of there. We're running out of time.
Working on it.
So that's where we are at after our 39th week.
Since John Moxley, Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These 5 guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. Come Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.